Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We have a whole bunch of people on hold, so it's going to be really fun to get what their questions are and see what answers Spirit has. You know, this is always a crapshoot. I always say this show is so much fun because I never know who's going to call and I never know what their questions are going to be. So it makes it fun every week. Couple of just housekeeping things. My angelic attendant training class for January ends on Saturday. That's 4 weeks already. It's been a blast. Everybody's just amazed that they can do all this stuff that I do because anybody can do it. April's class is full. I'm taking people for June's class. I teach this class once a quarter. So June's class is open and it has several people in it already. So if you're thinking about wanting to do this buffet of psychicness, woo-woo stuff, go ahead and sign up for June's class. And then there's always Angels and Enlightenment training that's self-paced. It's online. The key with both classes is you got to go to the practice groups. That's where the magic happens. The practice groups, when you practice it, your skills really start to take off when that happens. So, okay, let's go to the phones. And our first caller is Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Well, hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, girl?
I'm fine. We're in snowy Michigan.
Oh, gosh. How much snow do you guys have?
About 6 or 7 inches. It's still going.
Oh, Lord. Well, stay warm, stay inside, keep that white stuff up there. I don't do snow. That's why I live in Alabama.
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a question about.
Yes, ma'am.
I do. I had in December 29th, I had medical reason of breast reduction surgery.
Uh-huh.
I'm having complications with the healing part, and I want you to scan me, please.
Okay. Am I on speaker by any chance? If I am, please hold the phone up to your ear. Yeah. No, I'm getting feedback. So if you would get me off speaker and just hold the phone up to your ear, that would be great. All right. So what I'm going to do, Sandra, is I'm going to connect to you energetically. How this works for those of you that are first-time callers is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when we're attached to a body, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. So I'm going to close my eyes, watch a laser beam come from my body and hook into Sandra in Michigan. And then I'm going to have a hologram of her in my mind's eye. And it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X-ray or a CT scan or an MRI. 3 things are going to happen. Something's going to be identified, and then immediately thereafter, Sandra, I'm going to describe what I'm seeing because the healing will start to take place. And then I'm going to describe it in detail because if you can envision it, it's going to help integrate the healing into your body. So here we go. What are your symptoms? Are you having pain or a temp or what?
Yeah. No temp. I go to the doctor quite regularly, and right now I'm on Silvadene cream.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a heavy-duty antibiotic. Now I'm on a cream with antibiotics in it, and I thought for sure it'd be all healed by now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll go tomorrow morning again.
Yeah, here comes my laser beam. So here we go. All right, got you. All right. The energy is going to your right breast first. And I don't know if that's the one that I don't know if one is more inflamed than the other, but I just follow where the energy goes. So that it's going there first. It looks to me like where the incision is looking somewhat infected. Have you seen pus coming out of it? I'm seeing pus in it.
No, I haven't, but it has not healed.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm watching that get removed, the pus. It just looks like white pus. I don't know how else to describe it. I think most of us have an idea of what that looks like. And then what I'm watching is I'm watching antibiotic energy get put on that incision. And antibiotic energy, Sandra, looks like fuchsia colored fog, more pink than purple. And so I'm watching that get applied. The left one looks okay. The right one looks like where the problems are. Is that what you're experiencing?
Yeah, right straight underneath the nipple area is my problem spot.
Right. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So follow what the doctors are telling you. Are you taking vitamin C and zinc?
No.
Okay. I want you to get
regular multivitamin.
All right. I want you to get some Ester C, Ester. It's like the woman's name without the H. Get some Ester C, 1,000 milligram capsules, because the tablets are too hard to swallow. Get the capsules. They go down easier. And I want you to take 1,000 milligrams of Ester C and 50 milligrams of zinc 3 times a day.
Oh, okay.
C is an amazing healing vitamin. They cured polio with vitamin C. So Linus Pauling did back in the day. So C and zinc.
Then I can do it.
That's right. And since it's so cold outside, I want you to pretend you're a dog or a cat and sit in the window in the sunshine. Let the sunshine hit your skin, not necessarily your incisions, but your arms and your face through the window, because sun is really healing. But the C and zinc are really the key, and that's going to help you heal. You're going to be fine. Yeah, you're going to be fine.
Okay.
With this. Okay. Well, I hope you feel better. You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
All right.
All righty. Bye. Okay.
Bye,
let's go to Sarah next. Hi, Sarah. Are you there? Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I don't actually defer to Jane for my question.
Okay. Let me see if I can find Jane. All right. See if Jane's on my dashboard. I'm not seeing. Well, there she is. All right. Hi, Jane.
Hello.
Hello. Are you friends with Sarah? Do I have the right Jane?
Yes, I think you do. I'm a very good friend of Sarah's. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. Where are you located?
In Vero Beach, Florida.
Okay, great. You got a question for me?
I surely do. I have a husband who will be 80 on February 6th. He has just been discharged on Tuesday from having been 2 weeks at a trauma hospital and was in intensive care for 2 weeks with COVID and pneumonia.
Oh, no.
He's on dialysis and hating every minute of it. He was transported to a rehab hospital, and he got there late on Tuesday. They evaluated him yesterday and decided he needs to be moved out of there into a nursing home.
Oh, my. Okay.
He's just filled with rage and has a way of alienating most everyone around him. So
all the time, or just since he's been sick?
Oh, all the time now.
Okay.
This has been going on for a number of years.
So is there a dementia component then, is what I'm hearing, perhaps?
There is.
Okay.
He will not even address the fact that he's been depressed for some length of time.
Okay.
So there's no acceptance of that.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have a question for me about him?
Well, he just feels like he's at an end-of-life situation.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to move him from the rehab where they brought him on Tuesday into a nursing facility. he's been getting dialysis in both the hospital and the rehab center in bed. And now he's going to have to be transported to a dialysis center 3 days a week. But when he goes, even when I was taking him before this, he had a fall, and he has fractured his pelvic and hip, and surgery is out of the question. The cardiologist wouldn't clear him for surgery.
Okay. What's his name, Jane? Just from a time standpoint, I want to get him on my radar. What's his name?
Well, his first name is Henry, but he goes by his middle name, which is Blaine.
Blank, like a blank check? Okay.
Blaine. No, Blaine. Blaine.
Blaine. Okay. I like the blank check idea better, but that's okay. All right. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam. I'm going to connect into you, Jane, and from you to Blaine. Got you. Going over to Blaine. Blaine is in phase 9 of 12 of the 12 phases of transition. Do you know what that is?
I do
Have you ever heard of that? Okay. We all go through 12 phases of transition as we're dying. If you go to my website, askjulieryan.com, you will go and then go to the 12 phases page, Jane. You'll see illustrations of how we're surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones and the spirits of deceased pets as we're transitioning. So he's 3/4 of the way there. There are 3 questions I always ask someone when they're in the end phases of life. So, Blaine, are you ready to go? He's saying more than ready. Are you in pain? He's saying all the time. And what do you need? More drugs and just to be left alone, is what he's saying. So what that means to me is more pain meds, if you can help. Is hospice involved yet, Jane?
There is a possibility. His nephrologist was going to see him today with that possibility.
Yeah. I think you probably tomorrow want to call around to some hospice agencies and just get some information and find out what you can do to help him. They'll be able to help alleviate his pain. They'll help you. It should all be covered under his Medicare and under his insurance. And I think it's time to bring in hospice for him. So go to AskJulieRyan.com, go to the 12 phases, and you'll see the illustrations. Good luck. Alrighty, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more callers on. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Let's go back to the phones, and our next caller, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you are. Hi, girl. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good.
Where are you located?
I'm in Lewis, Delaware.
Okay, terrific. You got a question for me?
I do. Something I've been wondering about for a long time, and I was hoping that I know you can help me.
Okay.
I would like to know either a name of my spirit guide or of my guardian angel, and any messages that would help me right now. It's just so that, like, when I pray to them, I just want to know, like, it would just be more helpful if I had a name or, you know, knowing, I know that I'm connecting to them, but it would just be a lot easier, I feel.
Okay. So your main spirit guide, you know, we all have, when I scan somebody's spirit guides, it's so fun, Cheryl, because they look like old men with long white hair and white beards, and they remind me of Dumbledore in the Harry Potter movies or Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies. And normally we'll have about 7 spirit guides that are with us at all times, and they are kind of in a horseshoe behind us, so they follow us around. That's how I see them when I tune into somebody. Your main spirit guide is calling itself Martin, Martin. And you know, spirits don't have a gender. although names have genders. And it's okay if we think of Martin as a male spirit because it helps give us a frame of reference for that. So my main spirit guide is Pope Clement the Sixth. And my tongue was ahead of my brain there for a minute, or vice versa. And so I think of Pope Clement as a male, although he's just a spirit, or it is just a spirit. So I get that your guardian angels is calling itself Magnificence, and it's saying you can call her Maggie. Maggie. And
I like Magnificence. I mean, why wouldn't I want to call her that?
Well, you could do that too. Guardian angels are really funny too, Cheryl, because oftentimes they'll have these names that are like 15 letters and they're all consonants, no vowels. And I early on when I was doing this work, I'd say to these guardian angels, okay, is this a dead language? Is this a language that's from some other reality? What the heck? And so I started saying, can you just give me an American name that I can pronounce and that's easy to spell? So that's what they do for me. So Magnificence is your guardian angel's name. And the cool thing about guardian angels, Cheryl, is that they stay with us through all of our lifetimes. So they're with us in heaven in between lifetimes, and they're with us in every lifetime, the same angel. Isn't that cool?
Oh my God, that is so amazing. Do they have any messages that they want to give me right now?
Your Magnificence is saying that all you have to do is ask for help. She's there. I mean, Magnificence sounds like a girl to me, so I'm going to call her her. Although we know that she doesn't have a gender. She's saying that she's always with you, and all you have to do is ask for help because they're not going to interfere, but they love it when you ask for help. I play a game where I look for parking spaces, and I'll say to my guardian angel, hey, I need a parking space in front of the building, to go to this concert or whatever. And inevitably, I'll find one. So ask when you're on the way somewhere. Just start playing with that, and then just ask for guidance and just ask for them to help. As far as Martin, do you have anything that you want to tell Cheryl? He's saying, stay calm and persevere. Are you going through a tough time?
Oh, it's been that way for like 10 years.
Okay. All right.
I keep asking for help, but I just thought, well, let me make it more specific.
Yeah,
let me talk to who that is. So yeah, but no, this makes me very happy. Thank you so much. That was
You're most welcome.
Just so that Thanks I know who calling. I'm talking to. So that's wonderful.
There you go. All righty. Take care. Let's go to Christine next. Hi, Christine.
Hi there.
Hi. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Good. Where are you?
I'm in Seattle.
Okay, terrific. Got a question for me?
Yeah, I'm calling to see if you could connect with my recently deceased grandmother. See if she has any words for me.
What did you call her? Grandma or Granny or Mimi or what? Memaw. Oh, you had a Memaw. I had a Memaw. My fave. I'm named for her. Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's not very common. Memaw is not very common. Oh. So, okay. What I'm going to do is connect from you to her. She's standing right next to you on your right. Did you have a question for her?
Not a particular question. Just want to know if she has anything to express.
Did she like lilacs? She's talking about lilacs. She's showing me lilacs, and she's showing me lilacs in a bunch of different colors, like white lilacs and dark purple lilacs and light purple lilacs. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, she likes them. Yeah, she liked them. Yeah. I gave them to her for...
You gave her lilacs?
Yeah, we had lilacs in the yard that I grew up in, and we used to bring them to her when they were in season.
No. Okay. So she's saying that's her sign for you to know that she's around you. Now be open to how you're going to see him, because you may see him in an ad, you may see him in a magazine, you may see him on a piece of jewelry, actual lilac flowers. Look up what lilacs mean, the significance of lilacs, Christine, and that'll be a message too. I think they mean peace and tranquility, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what they mean. But just do an internet search and look and see what the significance of lilacs are in a meaning. But the thing that I find so interesting is that she showed me multicolored lilacs. So that's a pretty broad sign. Instead of just dark purple lilacs, she's showing me lilacs of any color. And they have such an amazing fragrance to them as well. So that's what she's telling you. Look for lilacs and you'll know she's around you. And our heads are big satellite dishes to talk with her. All you have to do is just think of her, and that connects your satellite dish head to her frequency. Every spirit has its own frequency, like a radio station. And then you just say something to her and she's going to answer you. It's going to feel like a thought in your head. It's going to come in instantly as soon as you can snap your fingers or before. And that's how you know that that's her answering you. So try it. The more you do it, the more validation you get. The more validation you get, the more you trust it. And then it just goes from there. So I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Thanks for calling. All righty, let's go to Amy next. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. You there?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Where are you located?
I'm in a town called Ave Maria, Florida.
I've heard of that. Wonderful, but I forget where it is. Where is it? What part of Florida?
It's a little bit, about 45 minutes in from Naples.
Okay, so down on the southwest part of Florida.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, terrific.
In the Everglades, basically.
Wonderful. All right. Well, do you have a question for me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm halfway through your book also, and it's been great.
Thanks for reading it.
Sorry, it's not in front of me. Yeah, of course. We lost our dog last week, Frankie, and we just we miss him, and we just wanted to see if you can talk to him for us.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
He was just a mix. He was a rescue.
Okay.
Well, he was a pitty mix.
Do you have a question for him, Amy? Just for time's sake?
No, not really. We just wanted to see if he's with us.
Oh, absolutely.
Brothers miss him, his doggy brothers. And I also wanted to see if his brothers realize that he's passed, because they don't really act too different. But, I just wanted to see if they realized also there's 2 other dogs here with us. There were three dogs total. And we had him. He was 14.
Yeah. Yeah. This is so random. He's telling me that you've got a leak. There's a leak that is, he's saying the back left corner of the house when you walk in the front door. So pay attention to that. Look in the eaves, there's some kind of a leak that's going on that he wants you to pay attention to. They get a bird's eye view from heaven. So he wants you to know there's a leak.
Wall.
What's that?
Thank you. I did hear a leak in the wall, and when I asked the home builder, they said it was normal from the air conditioner. So I'll have to look into it a little bit more. But I did hear a leak recently. Okay.
All right. He wants you to get that checked because, you get mold from those leaks, and that's bad news bears. But he's saying, do his brother dogs know that he's gone? He says, oh, yes, and they can see him. He's saying, watch them. If they look like they're watching somebody cross the room and nobody's there, they're seeing him because he's there. So who's the dog that has his toys? He's saying that one of the dogs really gravitates towards his toys that he was kind of territorial about. Does that make sense to you?
That was Prince. He was just playful with him.
Okay. All right. So he's saying it's okay for Prince to have his toys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's saying that you've thought about just keeping the toys just as a memory of him. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, we have been. Is there anything that we can look for that we would know that it's him? Like outside or in nature?
He's saying that you are going to hear him. You're going to think you hear him. You'll think you'll hear his walk. You know how dogs kind of have their own pace that they go. He's saying you're going to think you hear him and it'll feel like it's just a nanosecond and you'll think, oh, that's just my imagination. But it's not. It's really him that's going on. As far as sending signs, I said, do you want to send him a sign? And he's saying, nah. That's exactly how he sounded. Nah. Like that. But he's saying, listen for the word that just came in was the pitter pat of his feet. That's the word that came in. Okay. So I hope that helps. And know he's around you. Thanks for calling, Amy. All righty, everybody. Time for another quick break. When we come back, we'll get more callers on. You're listening to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. We'll be right back. And we're back. Let's go to the phones. Our next caller's Pat. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Julie. I'm calling from northern Iowa.
Terrific. How were things in Iowa? You got that white stuff on the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's the season.
That's right. Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't have to shovel a whole lot of it. Yeah. Hopefully it melts.
Yeah.
You got a question for me?
Yeah. I have a question for my daughter, and she lives up here too. She got a high level of prolactin in her blood tests. She's looking at fertility issues, and they want her to do an MRI to check her pituitary gland. And I guess, I don't know if you can check that. Her biggest concern is to just even have the MRI, whether it's necessary or not. And, of course, we're against x-rays and things like that. But I said, well, MRI isn't as bad as an x-ray. But anyway, is there a way that we can tell this might be an obstacle in her fertility?
Yes, absolutely. What's her name, Pat?
Kara.
And is she's close by you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to connect to you from you to Kara. I'm going to ask her permission if I can scan her. She says, yes, I will. If she says, no, I won't, just because it's an ethical thing. But all is not lost if she says no, because we can talk to her spirit and get information that way. The reason why I'm so persnickety about that is I believe scanning somebody without their permission is an invasion of their privacy, but their spirit's going to tell us what it wants us to know. It's kind of like if you have pneumonia, you're going to tell me what you want me to know, but I'm not looking at your chest x-ray without your permission. So here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading to you in Iowa, from you to Kara. Got Kara. All right, looking at her pituitary. When you asked, is this going to be an issue with her fertility? I got a yes, but I got it's not. What I heard was it's not fatal. So let me get some clarification on that. It's not fatal to her, obviously, literally, but is it fatal to her becoming pregnant? I get no, that they're going to be able to work around that. But let me look at her pituitary and see what's going on there. It's interesting, Pat, because it looks like it's charred. What does she do for a living? Where does she work? Or does she?
She works in an office position, courthouse.
Okay. All right. I'm wondering if it's EMF related. I'm sure that they probably, they got EMFs everywhere. I don't know that we can escape them. But what I'm watching is I'm watching a new pituitary get generated out of stem cell energy. So imagine there's a mold right next to her actual pituitary gland, and it's like a little, think of a jello mold, and stem cell energy is going in. Stem cell energy is a light amber colored gel, has sparkles in it, because it's woo-woo, gotta have sparkles. And it reminds me of Dippity-Doo hair gel in the 60s and 70s. Do you remember that? Are you young enough to remember Dippity-Doo?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes. Ah, okay. All right. So I'm watching that stem cell energy fill up the mold. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the damaged pituitary out and put the new one in, and all the plumbing is going to get hooked up. I watch this all the time. The stem cell energy, Pat, is the absolute coolest stuff because it'll regenerate any body part we need. And sometimes it shows up on subsequent scans and freaks out the doctors. And they're calling me saying, what are you doing and how does this stuff work? So that's what I'm watching. All right. The old pituitary is getting removed. The new one is getting put in place. The plumbing's getting stitched into place. All right. Clamps are removed. It's lit up. So I would follow the doctor's orders. This is like a blip, going to be a blip on the radar screen. She has 3 baby spirits over her right shoulder. So tell her that. And baby spirits look to me like little orbs. Pat, think of Glenda the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz, how she comes into Munchkin Land inside of an orb. You know, she flies around inside of an orb. And so that's what baby spirits look like. They are not multiple births. They're spaced out. Think of driving by an airport at night and you can see the planes with their landing lights on that are stacked up in the distance waiting for clearance to land. That's what they look like. Doesn't mean all those babies are going to incarnate, but it means that there's a really good chance she's going to have some. But she won't have a litter. So you could tell her that. So I hope that helps.
So go ahead with the doctor's orders and go ahead with the MRI?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
MRI is magnetic. Yeah, she'll be fine in the MRI. Yeah, absolutely. Tell her to meditate when she's in there. It's just like they, put you in a tube and they slide you in. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. I hope that helps. Let us know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
All righty. Thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let's go to Amy next. Amy number 2. Hi, Amy number 2.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Oh, wow. I'm so happy to talk to you. I'm doing great.
Terrific. Please tell everybody where you're located.
San Diego, California, for anybody who's from out of the country.
Yeah.
And here's my big whopping question.
Okay.
I have been looking for a home since May to live in. And I'm currently living with Morton out in City Heights, which has just been interesting. And it's just crazy. I'm sleeping on the living room floor right now with the circumstances.
Oh, geez.
I'm supposed to be out February 1st, and I was going to move to Brian's trailer, and the person decided to stay longer. And that really puts me in a bind because the only other 2 options I might have is 7th Avenue, and that's Arlington Apartments, and Kevin is the manager. But he's probably dazed and confused with me, like, what is she up to? What is she doing? Because I've had opportunities to move there, but it's really not ideal. It doesn't have a real kitchen for me or a real bathtub, and I really want my own. But, in this market right now, beggars cannot be choosers, and price is right. The other place would be out on Tierra Bella, about 1.5 miles from here in City Heights, which, it's too far. I don't like the area. I'd be living with 3 men, but, I have a real kitchen and I have my own shower. Or what does Julie have to say? More information, because I want to be happy, healthy home, healthy vibes, the Amy stuff.
Okay, I get a no on the trailer, Aim. I get you don't want to live in that trailer because there's a huge mold issue in the trailer. It's going to make you really sick. So I get a no on the trailer. I get a no on living with the 3 guys. I get a okay if it's the last choice to go to the place without the kitchen. What are you just going to rent a room and then just use a kitchen for everybody? Yeah. So that one is
kitchen and you can heat things up.
Yeah. So that one I get is okay as a last resort. I'm getting Coronado Island. I've gotten that before for you, girl. There's something on Coronado Island.
I know.
I know.
How do I find it? I mean, I'm just like a bonkers end. Could I just ask you, is there a clear way for me to go about finding it?
Keep looking online. I would ask around. It keeps pointing you to Coronado. That's been going on for a year, Amy.
So,
right?
Yeah, I know. I even walked over there and I'm like, okay, where's my home? Yeah, it'd be a great place. Okay, to sum it up, would Morton still allow me to sleep on the living room floor until I find this place, or is he really kicking me out?
I think he's going to let you stay for a while. The thing about Coronado, what I'm getting is, how when you go in restaurants and nail salons and places like that, and sometimes they'll have a bulletin board and they'll have business cards or notices about room for rent or something like that. See if I would just go over there and nose around, just start asking, and people are you're gonna feel like people are gonna think you're nuts because you're gonna go in and say, hey, do you know anybody that's got a room for rent or a guest house or an apartment or something here on Coronado? And you just don't know what's gonna come up, but it's been Coronado for a while.
I know. I'm going to go over there tomorrow morning and I'm going to say, thank you, Julie. We're finding our home. You're going to go with me in my heart.
Well, let us know what happens. Let me see if I can get some more guidance of how you're going to find. I obviously look online, obviously look in the, like the Zillows and those, they'll post when apartments are available and other rentals. I'm also getting that there are people there who've had homes for a long time, Amy, and they may be elderly and their families may love it if there's somebody who's going to rent a room just to have another body in the house. So that's just going to take asking around. I would ask if they have churches over there. I'm sure they do. I would ask at some of the churches if they know of anybody who's looking for a roommate, or they know of somebody perhaps that has an elderly relative and they'd like somebody to rent a room so there's another person in the house with them. There's a place on Coronado Island for you.
I'll tell you, I'm going to go find it tomorrow. I'm going to have fun. Thank you. I have something like a treasure hunt to do tomorrow, and I really appreciate you. Julie, you are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. And Amy, you just ask a question, ask Spirit a question, and it's going to respond, and it's going to feel like a thought in your head. And it's going to come in as fast as you can snap your fingers. Just ask a question out loud or in your head. And it's going to come in and you're going to be guided every step of the way. Look at it as an adventure. Look at it like you don't have a treasure map, but the different steps on finding the treasure you're going to be led to them. The people you need to show up are going to show up. The circumstances are going to show up, and just trust that it's all unfolding perfectly. And it is. Like you not moving to that trailer. You don't need to have anything to do with that trailer. So hope that helps. Let us know what happens. All righty, everybody. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks to everybody that called in. I'm sorry I didn't get everybody on, but please call back next week. And sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan, and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.